you all have done a couple of logical fallacies, which I'm about to disprove. One of your illogical fallacies is, I know God exists. If you disagree, prove otherwise. Oh, you say you can't prove God doesn't exist. That's because you know He does. The critique to this is obviously, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. This is the way the real world and science work. When you say God exists, you are making an extraordinary claim. Therefore, the burden of proof is on you. A position that God doesn't exist is not a belief. It is a standard position we all start out with until we are indoctrinated. People aren't born believing in Jesus. People aren't born believing that Muhammad was God's prophet. They start out as an atheist, and then they are brainwashed into whatever belief structure they're going to have. Furthermore, it's technically impossible to prove a negative of this nature. I can no easier prove God doesn't exist than you can disprove my claim that I have an invisible unicorn in the trunk of my car. I say I do. It's not my fault he disappears when you look there. Prove he isn't there. You can't. A famous counterspin to this argument is Russell's teapot claim. How do you know there isn't a magical teapot hovering around the earth that is responsible for creation? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Another way that you all try to justify your religion is by force or quote coercion. Islam really likes to threaten people with death, conquer them, and force them to pay tax until they convert over. Christianity likes to tell you you're going to hell, and Jews like kicking the shit out of people and smashing babies' heads on rocks. But to answer this claim, let's first establish your premise. You must believe in God. It is your only hope for salvation. We are all doomed if we don't accept Allah, Jesus, or Yahweh. It says so in the Bible, Torah, or Quran. If you want to live forever and avoid suffering, you must accept God. Most organized religions exist mainly due to the argument of coercion. The Crusades were basically one big argument of coercion. Convert or be killed. Needless to say, that's a very effective argument. In modern society, the need to get along with others in a community, which often involves participating in religious rituals or identifying yourself as subscribing to a dominant theology in the area, is also a form of coercion. Religion has always sought to wound people and then offer the cure for their ills. The argument for coercion is just that. Did you know that you were cursed to eternal hellfire? Yep. Hey, while I have your attention, if you follow my instructions, we can fix it. Oh, also, it would be nice if you did everything that we asked you to do and give us your income. Thanks. Another claim that you all like to use is the argument from design. Your premise is the most common analogy used to illustrate an argument from design is the divine watchmaker argument. If you found a watch on the ground, you never met its watchmaker, but you know from design the beauty of it, the way each piece was intricately designed to work together, that this watch had a creator. These point to the human body, the precise way each of our organs work, or they point to DNA. My critique to this is, this most famous argument for God is also the easiest to completely deflate. If anything sufficiently complicated must have a creator, then who created God? It is as simple as that. However, when you point this flaw out in theistic logic, they comment back saying, well, no one created God. Well, I don't understand what you mean. Where'd the Big Bang come from? Something that science and rational people aren't afraid to admit is, I don't know. And that's okay. But you all have this illogical theorem that says God always existed, God is perfect, and God made you. Another way to disprove the divine watchmaker is the famous Dover trial. Put the argument from design on trial, and theists failed miserably to prove their case. You have no proof, that's right, hard proof that could hold up in a courtroom of your claims. It's immoral to push your faith on people, to start wars, to censor people, and to hold human culture and advancement back because you have a book that you weren't around to see if any of it's true. You're immoral, and that's it. You say that atheists are immoral, but we don't preach war. We don't preach death. We try to stop it, and we're tired of it. We're tired of you all, these throwbacks from the 10th century, slowing us down. I would also like to add in that we have a decision to make. Our generation right now is the most important generation that's ever existed. We've inherited a lot of problems from our forefathers. We also have the weaponry and the means to destroy not only our species, but the entire planet. If all of this did just happen by chance, and you all are wrong, this could be the only time that it has ever happened. So to run amok, destroying everything you can for some invisible friend, putting it all at risk, is very evil. I don't care that you have faith, and I'm not here to disprove you. I'm here to prove that your faith is evil. And it is, Muslims. It's an evil faith.